San Diego. You are so beautiful. Look at all you guys. Thank you for being here tonight and just being with us and devoting the next 90 minutes, probably somewhere around there, maybe a little less, to us and just taking a peek at Arbonne. Because you guys, things come wrapped in unusual gifts. And that is so true with my story in my life. I don't know where you come from and what your background looks like, but we attract the cream of the crop in this company. So look around, like make friends with someone new tonight, because all of these women and men are incredible and they're here for a reason. I really do believe that you guys are each here for a specific reason tonight, and there's something in your life that you can gain from Arbonne. So listen tonight with an open heart and open mind. I don't even know if I introduced myself, but my name is Audrey Welch. I'm a regional vice president with Arbonne. I'm also a mom of two. I live in Carlsbad. I was first introduced to the product side of Arbonne. Love the product. Who uses the product tonight? Everybody? Hopefully most people. Yes. The product's amazing, but our number one product, you guys, that we have is our business, because it's life-changing. It can provide resources for you. It can provide this incredible community. Like walk into a room and make friends with 100 awesome people. That's amazing. Where else can you go and do that? And that's our Arbonne family. So I love this company. I love the product line. I love the people. And more than anything, you guys, I love what we can create, because this company is a vehicle to get you from where you are currently, and that can be wherever, right? Wherever you are individually, to where you want to be in life. And that's all it is it's a vehicle. So use it as much or as little as you want. You can turn the volume up or turn the volume down. That's totally up to you. But we have a lot of people in the room tonight that we're going to celebrate. That have turned that volume up and doing a little private dance party and having fun with Arbonne and just taking in all the amazing things that this company has to offer. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Miss Christy Card, Regional Vice President and Mama Extraordinaire, to take it away. Happy New Year.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're so excited to have you. Welcome to 2019. Can everybody hear me? Yeah? Okay. So I'm so excited to share with you tonight. My name is Christy Card. I'm an Executive Regional Vice President, Executive National Vice President in Qualification. You don't know what that means if you're a guest, no worries. We're going to explain all that in a little bit. But I just want to share with you guys a couple little statistics before I jump into telling you a little bit more about myself. So did you know that the NFL industry is $9.5 billion? The music industry is $15 billion. The video gaming industry, $76 billion. Movie industry is $88 billion. The natural food industry is $90 billion. And network marketing, social marketing is $178 billion. There is a lot of opportunity in this industry, so welcome to all those guests that are here tonight. I hope you keep an open mind and an open heart while you're listening to all the information we have to share, because 100% this is the best gift that I've ever been given. So congratulations if you're here tonight, because that means we actually really, really love you. Okay, so a little bit about me. My background, I was a lot of different things, but in corporate. Raise your hand if you have ever worked a 9-to-5 job. Okay, that's where I was at. I made a lot of money. I was a VP under 30 years old and made $100,000 a year or more with bonuses under 30 years old. And that to me meant that I had, quotation, made it. Okay. And what I found out is while I thought I made it and it looked like I did on paper, I was absolutely miserable. I did not own my time. My boss told me when I had to work. I could not go on vacations without somebody approving it. I was so stressed out. I was losing my hair, lost a ton of weight, and knew that I'd capped out at my income level forever. Right? Does anybody else feel that way where you're like, okay, and I was always getting more jobs and more things to do and not more money. So I thought to myself all the time, there's got to be more in life than just setting your alarm clock, hearing it buzz, and not wanting to get out of bed and going and doing it anyway and being like Groundhog Day. I was like, there's got to be something else. I feel like I'm meant to help people. I feel like I'm meant to be more in this life. Does anybody feel like that? Have they ever? Okay, you're in good company then. So I lost my job. My boss gave my job to her oldest son one day. Whoop, whoop. And yeah, best day of my life, October 4th. And that changed everything for me. I started looking at other opportunities to make income. I started thinking about starting my own company as well. And every single time I thought about something, everything pointed to what Arbonne has to offer. So I'm super excited about sharing with you tonight what Arbonne really has to offer. So first things first, we have an amazing company, you guys. For those of you who don't know much about Arbonne, we've been around for almost 40 years. We've been around a long time, okay? We have botanically based beauty and wellness products. So that means all of the products that we share with people are actually good for you. So not only are they beautiful colors, do they have amazing results, but they're good for you and your family, which that's really, to me, that's super, super important. We have cutting edge research and development, you guys. We are at the front and always have been of vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, all these code words that people are looking for. People are literally right now searching on Google, going to Whole Foods, turning around their labels and trying to find product lines that match what we have to offer. But let me tell you this, Arbonne is more than anything that could be on a store, because if it's at a store, there has to be a ton of preservatives. Plus, the price point is so different, and we're going to talk about that when we talk about social marketing. So passionate community of independent consultants, you guys, this day, every single month is like my favorite day of the month. Is that true for a lot of you guys? You get to be in a room with amazing, awesome people. We're all excited about where we're going. We don't have bosses yelling at us and nagging at us. We're all like cheering each other on and high-fiving. And for those of you who are guests, you probably think we're super weird. And you're probably like, okay, this looks kind of cool, but that girl who is blonde up at the front row, she's way too excited, and I'm not sure about all of this. Well, let me tell you guys, this was not how I was before. I was a very miserable, unhappy, snappy, mean person. And Arbonne has entirely changed that, because with this business and with this opportunity, you're actually given hope. Hope. That, I think, right there is the biggest piece that people don't understand, is when you're in a job where you feel like you never can move up, you never get to have time off, you have to wait for the VP in front of you to either pass away or retire to move up. You get to the point where you just get comfortable with what you have, and you feel stuck. Has anybody ever felt stuck? So this is why we're so happy. We get to be in a room with people who think the same way as we do, and we get to have hope for our future because we get to design what that looks like. So global company, guys, we are literally at the very beginning stages of massive global expansion. We're in 6 different countries right now, and I know Mandy's going to talk about that in a bit, but we are going to expand past those 6 big time. So we have been bought out by an amazing company called Group Rocher. They have extensive knowledge in expanding into global companies everywhere, or global countries everywhere. I think that a lot of their other companies are in like 100 different countries. So we're in 6 right now, and we're like a huge company. Can you imagine when we're in 100 different countries? You guys, that like blows my mind. All right. Yeah, I'm getting sweaty thinking about it. I really am. Okay. So we have a competitive compensation plan. You guys, our compensation plan not only is fair, but it's simple. If you work, you get paid. If you don't work, guess what happens? You don't get paid. It's really easy. Yeah. And you can get paid as much as you wanted. Remember, I had a 6-figure income before Arbonne. I replaced that income a long time ago. So if you are looking for $200 a month or $10,000 or more a month, anything's possible with this business if you decide you want to make it happen. So we have an experienced, committed home office team. You guys, they are the cream of the crop. They know what they're doing. They are ahead of anybody else in terms of product trends. Our colors, if you guys watch some of the other product companies, they seem to always like kind of match ours, like a little bit after us. Not saying anything, but I'm just saying, you know, we're a front runner, and we've always been clean and non-toxic from the very beginning, and other companies are trying to catch up to us because we've had 40 years experience of making this incredible product happen. So state-of-the-art distribution. You guys, when you join Arbonne, you don't just get a website, which you do. When you join Arbonne, you get a website. But you get the distribution center. You get the sales team. You get the customer service team. You have credit card processing already done for you. So everything that when you roll in and become an Arbonne consultant, because you're all gonna, because it's best, you know that everything is going to be taken care of for you, and all you have to do is share. Member of the Direct Selling Association. This is big, you guys, because Member of the Direct Selling Association means that we do everything at the highest standard. We conduct business in such a way that other companies want to mimic us. Those of you guys, I don't know if you know Bill Gates. Anybody know Bill Gates? Okay, he's worth like $98 billion or something like that. That would be really cool someday in Arbonne. And he says that if he didn't make his money working the business that he did, he would have joined a social marketing company. So those of you guys who are like, oh, I'm not sure about this, or what are other people going to say, or if you've ever had someone go, I'm not sure about what that is, that looks like one of those triangle thingies. Here's the thing, you guys, a person who's in business, who's one of the top leaders in the entire world, who has $98 billion to his name, he says that if he wouldn't have made his money that way, he would have joined this. How crazy is that? I love, love, love that, because that's just absolute proof that we are doing the right thing and we're on the right track. Okay, so Arbonne Clean. This is why Arbonne is so different and special. So all of our products are pure, safe, and beneficial. Pure means they're made of the finest ingredients, you guys. You are not going to find another product range that has the ingredient standard we do. Hands down, you're just not. If you guys know anything about products in Europe, they have banned about 1,300 ingredients. In the United States, they ban 11. Arbonne bans 2,000 ingredients. So it's not even just what is in our products, it's what's not in our products. And not only do we have that strict standard, but we also have incredible results to match it. So we're not just pretty lotions and lemongrass and strawberry in a blender. We are specifically made products that have an amazing result but are clean and safe for you and your family. Okay. So we don't use chemicals. You guys, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself personally right now. Here's the thing about Arbonne too. You never know when life's going to hit. So a lot of you know my story, but for those of you who are guests, October of 2017, so last year, kind of, you're in a little bit more, my mom actually passed away from leukemia. She was a hairstylist, and we found out after doing a bunch of tests that she had an overexposure to a chemical called benzene that was in hair dye. Here's the thing, you guys. We do not know, as a United States country and many other countries in the world, how toxic the products we use every day are. If my mom would have known, do you think she would have been a hairstylist? Probably not. And people just don't know that everything you put on gets absorbed into your skin within 26 seconds, 90% of everything you put on. So breathing that chemical over and over and over, she got leukemia and passed away. Guess what? Arbonne says benzene on here, unless they took it off. No, they didn't. Okay. Right there. Arbonne does not have any benzene. You know what's really crazy? I actually didn't notice it at all until after my mom passed away that it says that on the slide. Because it's not even just, like I said, what's in our products, but they are so careful and so meticulous to make sure that every single thing that we put in our product line is going to work for you, but is going to be good for you. And I tell you what, as a mom, and even if you weren't a mom or you're a dad, whatever, or you're not a dad, who cares? You're a person, you're a human being. We all are, perfect. Who wants to put toxic chemicals all over their body? Did you guys know that on day one, a baby's born with 200 synthetic chemicals in their system because of what mom does? Look at that. There's something majorly wrong with that. So as an Arbonne consultant, I hope you guys who are guests, you look at what is possible with this company while myself and Mandy share, and realize that it's not just you sharing about product. You're a part of a bigger mission, and that's why I've aligned myself and why I teach my team to share with their people to align themselves with a company and a brand that's doing more than just being product. We have the results, but we also have the mission behind it. So we have the not allowed list, which I absolutely love. So we have a wide range of products. We actually have almost over 400 products. So we have skincare, we have nutrition, we have baby products, we have aromatherapy and makeup, and you guys, anything that's a personal care product that you use today, Arbonne has something that can be replaced with it, except we don't have dry shampoo. But you can use the translucent setting powder as dry shampoo, just letting you know I do it all the time. Okay, so who doesn't want to be a part of a brand that the product is not only consumable, but it has results and it's good for you? So there's proof in the pudding. Next slide, my dear. So what is social marketing? This will be my last slide that I'm going to share with you guys. So social marketing is the most brilliant business model that exists on earth. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of Uber or Lyft. Okay, I'm going to give you some comparison right now. Uber and Lyft, everyone is an independent contractor. Is this true? Okay, with Arbonne, you're an independent contractor. The only problem is if you work for Uber or Lyft, you cannot leverage yourself. That means you cannot share the business with other people and help train them and get a referral check from Arbonne. So what Arbonne, all it is, you guys heard of a brand ambassador? Okay, Arbonne is you are a brand ambassador for an amazing product line that you love, that you use, that you share with other people. You teach them about why Arbonne's better, and then you get paid when they do that and share it with someone else, and you get to help as many people as you want and make this like a lifetime of mission work. Yeah? You guys get what I'm talking about? Okay. So the product, when you buy a product, traditionally right now, because we're going to talk about product for a minute, the product goes from the manufacturer. Like say, who uses mascara? Perfect. Yes, pretty much almost everybody in the room. Good. So when you use a mascara, let's just say it's a different brand. Not going to name any brand. I don't want to put anybody down. But say that brand gets made from the manufacturer and the ingredient quality is not very good because most of the products are not have the same ingredients as us, right? So the product goes from the manufacturer to the wholesaler to the warehousers. Then it goes to that floor at Ulta or wherever the heck it's being purchased at. You walk in and you purchase it. But what happens is all those people in between had to get paid. So that $2 mascara, that's how much it actually costs to make, now becomes $38 because you paid for all the advertising and all the people in between. So with social marketing, all that we do is it's a different way to distribute products. So the product is made at the manufacturer, so Arbonne Corporate makes it, and it ships to either your house or your client's house, and we cut out all those middlemen, and Arbonne says, thank you so much for sharing the product line that we want to pay you because you are the voice and you are the billboard of our product and brand. Isn't that cool? You guys ever heard of that company? It was like Razors, Dollar Razor Club or something? Same idea. You ever heard of Amazon? Okay, you guys, we are Whole Foods and Amazon married to each other. We have the best product line that exists, even better. I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to say it. Even better than anything on that particular floor at that company, I think. This is my opinion. But it goes to your house and it ships to you just like Amazon does. So we have convenience. We have simplicity. We have the best product line that exists. And we have the ability to not only leverage our time, but teach other people about toxins. Can you tell I'm excited? Okay. There we go with the passionate independent consultants. Okay, so you get to be your own boss. You can earn extra cash or full-time income. It's totally up to you. You can work anywhere around the world and on your schedule. If you're on vacation in Switzerland and someone goes, bing, I just ordered a 30-day set. And you're like, yeah, I'm sliding down on the slopes making money, right? Isn't that cool? Like you can literally, this is from your phone or your laptop. You have a better life homework balance. You get to decide what you want to do. There's some people in this room who want to stay home with their kids. There's some people in this room who want to get away from their kids. There's some people in this room who don't want to have kids and they want to go on lots of vacations. Here's the thing, you guys, it's whatever you want to do with your life because it's yours. Finally, it would be yours. You get to leverage your social network and you get to work your Arbonne business from your smartphone, like I said. So I'm not going to share too much more because I would love for you guys to hear what you can do in terms of income, how does it work, and more info from Miss Mandy. So Miss Mandy, will you come up and share with us tonight?
Thing we have here.
It's for the Zoom.
I know. Wait, where do you want me to stand? Not in the, I'm too tall for that. Hi guys, my name is Mandy Bart. I'm going to share a little bit about my story with you guys a little bit later because I want to jump in to this next slide. And I know that we talked a little bit about social marketing, and I think that it's awesome how Christy shared. It really is that ambassador program. So for many of you who've maybe heard that, I know that's kind of like a new millennial term, but it kind of makes sense. So when you're thinking about, social marketing, it's just that sharing point. How many people have heard about Bird Box? I watched it. I don't usually flow into those things, but people were talking about it and they were intrigued, and I watched it and I have my opinions on it, and it's great, right? So that's what we get to do with Arbonne. But it's a little bit more than that, guys. You can see the energy in this room, and just whoever brought you, they obviously think very, very highly of you if you're a guest here. but like make connections while you're here, because the culture of Arbonne is unlike anything I've ever experienced. And I think that that's truly special. And that goes beyond products, that goes beyond everything else, because when you are building this business, you want to know who you're working with, who you're working alongside with. And many of the people that we work with aren't even in this room because it's a global business, which is exciting, but we all have the same, you know, all of our things still align. So Christy shared so much about this that I love this, and it shows just on there, you know, making those connections, sharing really about that health and wellness. She shared so perfectly. I love her story, and I know it's a very emotional story for her to share, but guys, let that sink in. Let that emotional connection sink in, because you now have the power, knowing about Arbonne, to change someone else's life. Seriously. So use that power, right? Global opportunity. I get really excited about this because I actually joined Arbonne to travel more. I wanted to get out of corporate America. So one thing that Christy and I actually have in common is our story a little bit. I was working 3 jobs and all I wanted to do was travel, but I was like, how am I supposed to travel when I'm working 65 hours a week just to pay to live in Southern California? I don't know if anyone can relate to that. And at the time, I was able to start building my Arbonne business alongside 65-hour work week, get down to 1 job, and it just wasn't a fit for me. And it's so ironic for me to share this because I actually have an old coworker with me, but that job came to me and said, you know what, I think we're gonna let you go. And I was like, okay. Because I had a plan B. It wasn't a fit for me. So if you're experiencing that, if your job isn't a fit for you, this could be your plan B. If you love what you do, that's okay too, though. So looking at all the different opportunities that we have in all the countries that we're in, that should get you really excited, because as you can see up there, we're only in 6 or 7 countries, which means we have ground floor expansion. So the fact that we've been around for 40 years and we're only in those countries just means we have so much more expanding to do, so many more people to touch, and so many more countries to launch into, which I get really, really excited. And because you can do it all from your phone, it's so easy to be able to have that global business wherever you are at. So all we're doing is we're just sharing with people about things like Christy shared, about healthier options that are out there. I had no idea about Arbonne over 4 years ago. I wish I knew about Arbonne as a college athlete. I wish I knew about our nutrition line. I will tell you, I'm not a skincare person, but I did go home to my family and I said, I want you to try this product because of the ingredient list. It works, which is amazing, but I don't really care if you have wrinkles. I love you anyways, but I care if you're using toxic products that are gonna shorten your lifespan. So we just share with people how they can stop purchasing products at Target, Ulta, GNC, and start shopping at a discount online and get it delivered to their store. So we're not asking them to buy something that they don't really need. We're not asking them to buy something that they can only buy once. It's something that they're going to use daily. They're going to run out of and repurchase, and they get to do that at a discount at their own convenience. I think that's so simple. That's the one thing I love about Arbonne. It's so simple. So this is the slide that really got my wheels turning. So if you're someone like me who you either came here or heard about Arbonne through a friend and you're just trying to be really nice, but you're like, yeah, I'm not interested in product. I didn't believe in supplements and I didn't go to parties. Anyone here like an introvert? I'm an introvert. My heart's like racing being up here. But I went because I wanted to be a really good friend. And I heard about the nutrition at the time. I really needed a change. From the outside, it might not look like it, but if you've ever seen that detox symptom list, I had over 12 symptoms on that list as a college athlete in my 20s. So I'm so grateful for Arbonne's nutrition, but I'm so grateful that my friend invited me to go, and Lori Johnson is my sponsor, and she showed me this slide, and my friend went, I think you should check this out. I think you'd be really amazing at it. Guys, I was so introverted. I was so flaky. I was so overworked. I was working 65 hours a week. I didn't really look like I needed nutrition or anything like that, but I needed this. So with Arbonne, everyone starts out as a consultant and you get to earn as you learn. So if you're listening to Kristen, you're like, oh my God, I could never say the things that she says, or I don't know anything that she says. That's okay. We get to teach you all of that and you get to earn as you go through. We want to teach you to get to district manager as quickly as you want, but we try to get you there in 1 to 3 months if that's what you want, because you're making that range, $200 to $1,500 a month. Who would say no to that? If someone walked up and gave me that money, I'd probably be like, it's kind of shady, but no one's going to say no to extra money coming in. And you get to do that part-time. You get to do that alongside your life, your work, school, whatever you have going on. Area manager, at that level, your business is willable. I had no idea what that meant, but basically, when you're an area manager or above, if something were to happen to you, Your clients are still going to drink their shakes. They're still going to wash their hair. They're still going to order product. And Arbonne's still going to send you that thank you check. They don't just absorb that. So you can give that to your family. Guys, I don't know of any other company that says, oh, you're no longer working here, but we're still going to pay you and your family. That's amazing. And so at that level, you're making between $1,000 to $4,000. But guys, that willable business goes all the way to the tippy top. So that's a huge legacy you could be leaving behind for your family, or whoever that you want to leave that to. So regional vice president, at this level, you're making between $4,000 to $12,000 a month. Arbonne gives you a bonus to go pick out a white Mercedes. Guys, it's really not about the car. I will admit, having driven from New York to California in a junker with like parts falling off of it, the car is extremely nice, but really it just represents all the lives that you're changing. By being brave, by getting outside your comfort zone and sharing with people what's really important, how they can change their life and how they can change, their health and things like that. And then national vice president. So that's the tippy top with Arbonne. There's actually no cap with Arbonne. So the average range is, it says between 12,000 to 50,000. So you can be making any of that a month. Guys, I barely made $22,000 in a year when I first moved out here working 3 jobs. So that might be a little tricky for some of us to wrap our heads around, but one thing I will share with you about the culture of Arbonne, every single national vice president, and there's not like one in every country or every state, there are so many in this room as we'll share, they give back. At that level, your family, whoever you're taking care of, yourself, you're taken care of, right? You have extra. You get to be more. You get to give more. You get to do more. And I think that that's so huge because everyone in Arbonne is doing that. There's charities, there's functions, there's so many things that they're doing to give back. And we all get to be a part of that until we get to that level as well. So I think that's very exciting. Ooh, I love this slide. This is why I always like ending. Christy and I were talking. She's like, which part do you want to do? This one. I had all of these. So I love when this comes up. And I was one of those weird people who kind of like jumped in right away because the timing was good for me. But guys, I moved from upstate New York, a little like cow town, to California, and I had no money. I was so broke. I had my college degree in criminal justice and psychology, wasn't using it, so I changed my mind. It's expensive to live in California, right? So I was working 3 jobs, like barely minimum wage. So I didn't have the money. I didn't have the $300 to spend on the nutrition. But I also knew if I kept doing what I was doing, nothing was going to change. And that freaked me out. When people would say, hey, what's your like 5-year plan? I'm like, 5-year plan? I'm trying to get through today, right? Still don't have a 5-year plan? That's okay. But that's a really big one. If you keep doing what you're doing right now, what's going to change? What's going to give you that extra money, right? I don't have enough time. 65 hours a week is pretty tricky to kind of fit things in. Most of us in here probably work or have kiddos. Like all of that is full-time and beyond, right? But again, if you don't change something, what's going to give you more time, right? This business has the opportunity to leverage your time like nothing else that is out there. And I know that sometimes that might be hard to kind of grasp, but talk with the person who brought you here. Talk with people who are at that area manager level and above. That's really where you start to see that leverageability piece and really where that vision starts to build a little bit bigger. I don't know enough people. Yeah, that one too. So like know this whole social media like Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, I didn't have any of those. I mean, I had them, but like I had no friends on there. It was private. I was like the lurker that would like follow people. Yeah. Thought Instagram was for like pretty filters that then you posted on Facebook. Yeah, so I didn't know anyone or I didn't want to know anyone, introvert, right? Doesn't matter, guys. You at least know 5 people, right? And they know people. And who are you going to meet? I've met the most amazing people because of Arbonne. Because it taught me to get outside my comfort zone, and it taught me to surround myself with people who are bigger than I was, who had bigger visions, bigger goals, and made me level up, right? And I'm so grateful for that. So when you look at that, get excited, because that means this business could force you into meeting your next best friend. You know, if you're single, maybe your spouse, who knows, okay? I don't understand the business model. If after this meeting you still don't understand or you have hesitations, definitely reach out to the person who invited you. Get your questions answered. There's nothing wrong with not saying yes right away. Get your questions answered, because I think it's important for you to go into it with an open mind, but know that the questions will never stop. So at some point, jump off the fence and just jump in, right? I'm not a salesperson. Good. We don't want salespeople. We want people who are going to share. You're just sharing your experience with the products, with the business. That's all we're doing. And it's just the products sell themselves. You don't need to convince anyone. They're either interested in getting healthy and they're interested in ingredients, or they're not. And that's okay. It's not for them. But I will say, where we are globally, everyone is looking to get healthier and everyone is starting to take a look at their products. And we have something that we can offer them that's been around for almost 40 years. That's not just a bandwagon that people are just hopping on, that they can trust. And I think that's awesome. It's just sharing, seriously. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I think I have one more slide, maybe. Yeah. So you are where you are today because of the choices you made yesterday. If that makes you want to vomit a little bit, that was me. Because I didn't want to accept the fact that I was where I was because of my choices. I wanted to blame it on everyone else and their mother, but I didn't want to take responsibility. But guess what? Until you take responsibility, nothing will change. So if you don't like how that makes you feel, guess what? Every day you get to make a new choice. And Arbonne could be that choice for you. And we kind of talked a little bit about, where do you see yourself in 5 years if you keep doing what you're doing? Does it make you happy? Does it make you excited? Does it get you where you want to go? If not, maybe you want to take a look at changing something or adding something in. And instead of doubting yourself, we doubt ourselves so much. We talk ourselves out of everything. Instead, what would your life look like if it does work? And if that lights you up, if that makes you not be able to sleep tonight, please reach out to the person who invited you and just get your questions answered, or just jump in. There's really no risk to this, guys. You have a small, teeny, tiny $49 investment and whatever products you get. That's it. That's the risk. So I'm going to go ahead and bring, Ruthie's going to come up and she's going to share with you guys. She's going to end it out and she's awesome.
Hi, welcome. My name is Ruth Sherlock. I'm a regional vice president with Arbonne, independent consultant. And a brief little snippet on my story. Similar to Mandy, I started this. I was just finishing up school. I was finishing up college and I was a dance teacher and nanny, but also pet sitter, house sitter, everything sitter. I even took care of cats and I really don't like them. So I was just like doing everything I could to make that extra cash and still be in school and still pursue my passion of dance. For me, my life took a turn at that point for sure. I got injured in my final year. And so I knew the dance career wasn't going to be my path. And the crazy thing is I really was pursuing that because I had done it since I was little. And it's like, I'm good at this. I like it and I'll do it forever. But it really, I knew I was made for more than that. I didn't know what it was, but I knew that there was something that God had put in me and it was going to be used in a different way. I had no idea it was this. I danced because I did not like talking. And Christy is one of my mentors and she had to coach me on how to speak with not having this right here and walk awkwardly across the room. It's horrible. I'm sweating right now, but you can't tell as much. Anyway, so I was very, very, very shy. Arbonne came to me through the products. A lady at my church was like, you have crazy acne. You need this product. And she wasn't even a consultant. And her daughter is now a consultant on our team, which is so cool. She was like 4 when I started. Not really, but I used to teach her dance. Anyways, so I was introduced to the products. And then when I heard about the business, I had just gotten back from Switzerland as a nanny. And I was blown away by the standards and the purity. And then what Arbonne was offering, and that it was such a gift. And I was like, I need to share this. I'm going to be horrible at it because I'm not a speaker. I like Jeeps. I don't like Mercedes. Like I was just that kid that was kind of like, if I aim low enough, nobody will know I didn't hit the mark. Like that, unfortunately, was where I lived. But it totally has transformed my life. It has, obviously, Christy told me, you're going to do recognition. I'm like, yes, I'm so excited, where before it would have been, I can't be there at night. Like, I think I'm sick. And so I love being able to share this gift and what we get to do with this. I think Mandy and Christy both shared, like paying this gift forward, seeing people's health transform, seeing their lives transform through the business is such a gift. I can't imagine doing anything else. And same with Christy, like I wasn't looking at this as I'm going to start this business and be so passionate about like makeup and all these things that I didn't use makeup. I didn't drink protein shakes. I didn't drink energy drinks, you know. But what the products have done has absolutely changed me. But more than that, the business. And then the person that you grow into too. We all come in with amazing gifts and talents. I love looking at the room and like, I wonder what everyone brings. And not only that, we all have these different passions in our hearts. Like It could be for animals, it could be for people, it could be for orphans, it could be for other countries. I mean, just so many different things. And when you can leverage people to do that, like it's rad to leverage your business and like make a great income. But when you leverage hearts and passions, like the world changes, the community changes, parents, families change, and that's what we get to give. So this, it's just amazing. So anyhow, I get to do recognition, which is super cool because we get celebrated for what we do. And first, I want to recognize the guests in the room for being here. First of all, it's an honor to have you here. The person who brought you thinks really highly of you because we do take trips together and we travel and we're in a room and we're like a family. You don't just invite someone into your family, right? Usually we get quote unquote stuck in the family we're in, not good or bad, right? But in Arbonne, you have a family, but you get to bring in who you want. And so if somebody brought you here, it means they want you here, right? You weren't just some random, they're like, no, I see something in you. And so know that, whether you believe it or not, because I didn't believe it. They're like, you're amazing and you're going to do great. I'm like, you guys are lying. So I'll like grow my business. I told you I was really not optimistic. But it's true. So believe them, even if you don't believe it for yourself, believe what you're being told because we love you and we see so much more.
My name's Michelle Forster. I'm a dental hygienist. My one tip or thing that I've done is just tried to be persistent, even if I don't hear back from people, or just keep trying and trying to share the product, and eventually it'll come back.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Jimenez, and I've been a vocational rehabilitation counselor for over 10 years. I started when I was 12. And yes, this is Arbonne lipstick. I love this color red. Okay, I better hurry up because there's a few of us. So honestly, I believe in myself. I think that's my biggest tip. I mean, we all have organizational skills, time management, etc. But I think having faith and belief in who you are and what you were made for. And I'm just passionate about women, and I'm all about empowerment and uplifting each other and the men too. I didn't forget about you right there. Okay, because together, you know, we can change our lives together. We can change our homes. We can change our communities. So for me, it's all about belief. It's a belief in ourselves and a belief in each other.
I have to follow that. Oh my gosh. I'm Melissa and I'm a speech therapist, and my tip would be to write down your goal, say your goal, and work a little bit every day. My name is Renee Waddell, and I own Dolce Italian Ice in PV. I would say my tip is to just be confident in knowing that what you're doing is good for people. You know, you're not trying to like sell them on a piece of jewelry or something just to make money and they're never going to use it again. You're actually like selling them on something that's good for them, and it's going to change their life. So just be confident. Don't overthink it. That would be my tip.
My name's Marissa. Outside of Arbonne, I am a mom of 2 girls and a photographer. And my tip would be, I'm doing her wedding, that's why she said that. And my tip would be just like own the mindset of an entrepreneur. Just I'm always out there just thinking like, who can I talk to today? Like anytime I walk to like a play date or a store, I'm just like, who needs to hear about Arbonne? And just like praying over that and just thinking of like how I'm the face of my business and owning that.
My name's Sheila Griffin. I am a radiology tech in the cardiac cath lab. And my tip would be reach out, reach out, reach out. You're providing a gift to so many people, and don't forget to follow up, because people may not pay attention to you when you first speak to them, but if you give them a little time, they come through. So.
Hi guys, my name is Nicole Laponius. I am a real estate agent in North San Diego County, and I've actually been a consultant with Arbonne for 10 years. I've been using the product for 10 years. So my tip, just stemming off that, would to be the product and share the passion and just be Arbonne. And that's what I've been doing. And I just finally decided that I don't want to be a slave to real estate anymore. I make great money, but I just want to branch from it. And I just share Arbonne, like the lifestyle and the passion and the products, and just be it and share it. And it's helping and it's working. So do it.
One of the main things that we really do in Arbonne, and there's a big underlying just culture that we have about giving back. And so we've done some pretty incredible things in this room with giving back. And we're really have big expectations and goals for 2019. So I just wanted to kind of share with you guys a little bit about our Arbonne Charitable Foundation. For those of you that don't know about it, we've done some fundraising things in the past, but we're not doing one tonight just because we weren't organized enough to get that done. So stay tuned for February, March, and so on. But Arbonne's foundation was founded in 2012, and it's all about empowering teens. So I want you guys to think about organizations that you know in San Diego that empower teens, boys, girls. Arbonne's Charitable Foundation wants to partner with us and other organizations to help grant money to them. So far, Arbonne has helped over 340,000 teens, given over 860 grants, and given $5.7 million out to various organizations. Pretty amazing, huh? So we as a group, we had a retreat back in August, and we raised $3,500 for Generate Hope, which is a human trafficking organization in San Diego. In October at our nation meeting, we raised money for just the Arbonne Charitable Foundation. That was $522. Then in November, you guys might remember we had Skate Rising come. It's an organization that helps teen girls, empowering them with self-esteem through skating. And we were able to raise enough money with Arbonne's match foundations. We gave them $1,550. So that was pretty awesome. And then in December, Amber brought us the blankets for the homeless. It was called Encinitas Filabelli, and over 34 blankets were given to families from you guys. And then we also had Christmas boxes that you guys did with Kelly Schaefer. She brought that. And Kelly, how many boxes did we do? Over 30, yeah, Kelly must have left. So it's so cool, you guys. Like every little bit adds up. So that is a big, big purpose that we have in this company, is to give back. So if you guys have any organizations that have to do with teens, so teens, right? 13 to 19, right? Those are the ages. It can't be older than that or younger than that for the foundation, but they match our efforts. So if you have something, please reach out to myself, Christy, Holly, Audrey, Erica, any of the leaders in the room, anyone that was standing up here, reach out to us and bring those charities to us in 2019, okay?
I wanted to share with you guys kind of how I see Arbonne, and it's kind of evolving. This is month 7 for me in Arbonne, so I'm a little on the newer side, but I've gotten to see a lot of people grow. A lot of these beautiful humans over here on our team, and I kind of am seeing Arbonne like the movie Inception now. Has anyone seen the movie Inception? So there's like the business, which is the product, right? And then inside that business, which is the product, there's the business, which is like the money part, where you're making money and you're making commissions and you're growing and all that. And deeper inside the layers of Arbonne, there's this other layer, and I call it the gold digging layer. And not gold digging like being a gold digger, but gold digging like where you're looking at other people and you're digging gold out of them. And so how to have a great 2019, that's what I was asked to speak on. And I really think how to have a great 2019 is to dig out gold and help other people have a great 2019. That's how Arbonne works, and really that's how the whole world works, is that when you look into other people and you see the gold in them, you can raise them up. So Arbonne is the most difficult leadership challenge I've ever taken on in my entire life. I used to manage properties as a 19-year-old girl. I lived on an apartment community and I managed properties and I evicted people and made them pay their rent. I was like a 19-year-old and they're like, pretend like you're older. So I've managed people, and I have 3 little humans at home that I manage, and I manage a photography business, and so I've managed people. But I've never managed people that I can't control. And that is the craziest form of management, let me tell you. Because usually at any other job, you could fire someone, you could write them up, you could tell them they're doing a crappy job, you could discipline at home, you can spank your kids if you feel like it. You know, There's all kinds of ways that you can discipline people. But in Arbonne, you can't. You can't do anything but inspire. That's it. That's all you can do to lead people, is to inspire them. And you have to inspire people to places that oftentimes they don't want to go. They don't want to come up here and speak. They don't want to reach out to friends because it's scary. They don't want to invite people over to their house because they're nervous and they're afraid. And the number one reason why they don't want to go places that you want to take them to isn't because they don't want to make $22,000 a month, right? Because everybody in the room wants to make $22,000 a month. Everyone, right? Everybody. Everyone wants what we have to offer. So the number one reason why people don't go places that they don't want to go is because they're afraid and they have fear. And the reason that they have fear is because they were hurt somewhere. And so they were rejected, they feel alone, they feel like they're not good enough, they feel like they're not loved, they feel like, whatever the thing is, everybody has something on their forehead that's their pain. And so if you can be the kind of human that looks at other people and sees their pain and knows that you have the exact antidote to their pain, you will have a great 2019. And you will help other people have a great 2019. And so I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to do that. How are you going to look into the world and see other humans and find their pain? So the first is you have to have your eyeballs open. There are human beings around you everywhere that you go. In the grocery store, there's people at the drop-off, there's people at swim lessons, there's people at the drop-off. That's when you drop your kids off at school. If you don't have kids, the drop-off. It's not the edge of the world, okay? The drop-off. New vocab word for everyone tonight without children. So there are people everywhere that you go, but are you moving too fast that you don't see them? Are you so absorbed in your own day and your own agenda and your own pain and your own pissiness, me sometimes, that you don't see all the other people around you that really are trying to tell you something? And that leads me to the next point, and that's listen. So you got to have your eyeballs open and you got to have your ears open. You've got to listen to people, because if you listen long enough, everyone is trying to tell you how they're in pain. They're trying to tell you that they're tired. They're trying to tell you that they're lonely. They're trying to tell you that they're scared. They're trying to tell you that they don't have enough money, that their marriage is in trouble, that they feel like crap about themselves. Everyone is trying to tell you something, but we're not listening a lot of the time. I know I'm not listening. I feel like, even with my own kids, like Noah's being ornery and I'm like, it's just so maddening sometimes that you don't realize, like, maybe he had a hard day at school today. Like, did I ask? Did I ask him that question? Like, maybe he's being a brat because something really big happened and I'm over here being disciplinarian and I'm missing a moment where I could see his pain and I could heal it for him. And so who in your life is someone that you could see their pain and heal it for them? And tip number 3, and I swear this is the most powerful thing in the world, and I believe in Jesus, and so this might come from a Christian angle, and so if you don't, then call it the universe, whatever you want to call it. But over here in my world, and I have the mic, so I get to decide, but over here in my So over here in my world, I feel like life and death is in the power of the tongue, because that's what the Bible says. And Jesus, or the universe, has given you the powerful antidote of the Holy Spirit, or whatever you want to call it, inside of you that has whatever it is that the world needs. You have everything. And maybe it's not Arbonne. So I believe it's Arbonne, like probably 90% of the time they need Arbonne. But the other, maybe it's not Arbonne. Maybe they just need your blessing over them. And so when you listen and someone tells you, I'm afraid, what can you tell them? You're courageous, you're brave, you're strong. If someone tells you, I'm lonely, what can you tell them? You're included, come be with me, welcome to my community. Someone tells you that they're too small, no, you're big, you got this. So how can you move in the opposing spirit of fear in your life and bring blessing to all of those around you and have the most impactful 2019? That is the number one secret to grow your business. That is the number one secret to grow your life. That is the number one secret to having the most joyous, fulfilling, powerful 2019 in the world, and you're going to change the community around you if you do it. So that's it.